All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Sienna Kostman reporting for U.S. News Personal Finance. Today, we welcome two men who have taken the idea of a quick and clean haircut to another level through their year-old traveling business, Sterling's Mobile Salon and Barber Company, based in San Diego, California. Sterling's founder and CEO, Kush Kapila, and his business partner and Sterling's president, Alex Helm, are here today to tell us about their unique business venture and provide some insight into the financial side of mobile businesses and how to successfully go about launching one. Welcome, Kush and Alex. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
All right. Well, let's start by taking a look at your business as a whole. Can you tell us a little bit about what Sterling does for its customers and what your goals have been and are going forward as business owners?
So Sterling's is the premier salon and barbershop for busy professionals. And what we do is contract with Fortune 500 companies to bring our salon services, which is cuts, color, shaves, waxing, on site to these locations once every 2 weeks. And then the busy professional can go online, schedule a service to get one of those services I mentioned. And then they also get to pick their favorite stylist or barber. So we really removed a lot of the issues of getting a haircut. No more driving, no more waiting, and we're bringing back that personalized service.
So you guys have been up for about a year now. What are some things that, based on your experiences, you would recommend to new mobile business owners or just people looking to get into this field in general in terms of starting up? Are there particular areas where you should or should not put extra money or effort? What have you kind of learned based on your experiences?
So one of the things that we talked about owning a mobile business is you have to keep in mind that in many respects, you're running two businesses. It's very logistically complicated. So if you take the case of our business, Sterling's Mobile Salon and Barber Company, we're running a fully functioning, fully stocked salon and barbershop. You know, all the things that come along with having that company. You need, running water, electricity, you need all the implements that you find in a barbershop and salon. We're also maintaining a vehicle. So you're talking about truck maintenance, like you would maintain something like a fleet vehicle. So in many ways, we're actually combining two businesses. So I think for anyone looking to get into mobile, just keep in mind that it's a logistically complicated business and you have to kind of manage all aspects of that. But the upside of that is that you get to provide a tremendous amount of value to your clients and customers because you're actually bringing a service that, in the case of food trucks, gourmet food, in the case of Sterling's Mobile, a full salon or barbershop experience to the customer.
Kush, do you have anything to add to that?
We're really changing behaviors with this, and in so many ways. From the consumer's point of view, it's they're not used to getting a haircut in our Sterling's unit. So for any potential mobile people who are looking to do a mobile business, I would spare no expense in the actual build out. You want people to feel comfortable coming in. I would say that the trucks have done a lot to remove the stigma of, I guess, the roach coach. But still, when you think of food trucks and other mobile services, very few have a business where you actually walk inside. You're usually standing outside a mobile business. So that's what we did. We spent almost all the money we raised in the build out of our prototype because we wanted to make sure we got that right.
After the build out process and initial startup, based on your experience, do you think being a mobile business allows you guys to cut costs and keep overhead low?
Yeah, absolutely. So, one of the nice things about having a mobile business, as you mentioned, is you do have a very lean cost structure. So in the case, again, of our business, if you look at the normal salons and barbershops, the brick and mortars, they have to pay quite a bit of overhead for the space that they're leasing. We just have to pay a storage fee for our unit, which is substantially less than you'd find in sort of a lease for brick and mortar. We have some additional costs. We probably pay a little bit more in energy. We have a propane generator that we use to generate electricity for the day. We have an additional cost of the truck lease. But I think if you were to look at the income statements or look at the costs of these two businesses side by side, you'd see that we do run it at a much lower cost structure than a normal brick and mortar.
Okay.
I'd also like to add that not only, I mean, rent is the second largest cost for any brick and mortar salon or barbershop, but we're also not tied into a 3 to 5 year lease. We get to go where the demand is. So that's one of the biggest benefits about being mobile is you've kind of reduced the risk of getting locked into these long-term leases.
What would you say for each of you? What is your absolute favorite thing about this type of business model? Is there anything that stands out in particular?
For me, it's, having worked in high tech and life sciences, working for companies, you sometimes get a little far removed from the customer. The great thing about this business is we see the tangible value we're providing to customers. And not only customers, it's all the stakeholders. We provide value to the companies in retention, productivity as a great differentiator. And, another great feeling for us is, or at least in my point, is that we employ people and, we're actually contributing to the economy and responsible for people's well-beings.
Yeah, and I would say, one of the things that I love about this business, kind of echo Kush's sentiments. When we started it, we didn't know if people would actually come in to a trailer, a mobile salon or barbershop and get their haircuts or get services. And, we thought people might check it out. You have the early adopters that think it's really cool. People are coming in all the time at the beginning and saying, this is such an awesome concept. But what we found is that, Kush and I really believe that this could, in some ways, revolutionize how people get hair care because it's brought right to their place of work. They don't have to do on the weekends. They don't have to take time out of their own personal schedules to get their hair care. And we found that we have a very strong and loyal repeat client base now because people see that value and they come back. And so I think one of the exciting things for us is just to see that the people now, their place to get their haircut or get hair coloring or to get a straight razor shave is Sterling's Mobile Salon and Barber Company. And you just see the value that you provide to them and they tell you about it. And we get a lot of great feedback from our clients.
All right. Any last words of wisdom or even just comments for people who maybe have never utilized a mobile business before?
Personally, I think in many ways it's the way to go. Kush talked a little bit about how we've come, food trucks have come a long way since the days of the Roach Coach. And there's a tremendous amount of stigma, or there was at least, about mobile services. And I think you've seen that change. I mean, I've seen absolutely beautiful food trucks now that provide great food. And Sterling's Mobile Salon and Barber Company is actually a beautiful salon and barbershop. And we provide service on par with any barbershop or salon. But it's, right to you. So there's a tremendous amount of value that's provided to the client there. And so, I think mobile, there's a lot of stigma that there was that's being reduced. And I think in many ways it's a great way to go for business.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have today, folks. Thank you for your time, Kush and Alex. We really appreciated your time. I'm Sienna Costin for US News. Thank you for watching.